think you're kind of... I am not afraid of you. We're born with nothing! We die alone!
Alright, so after talking to Serana, now we're gonna head around outside the castle to the garden, try to find her mom. This is the first video trying to record with the new setup. Thank you, Serana. Basically, it's the 2 PC recording setup, so one playing the game, the other doing the recording. Did some test runs yesterday, and hopefully this all works out. I guess we'll see.
Doesn't look so big from down here. I mean, it is big, but, well, even bigger.
I also had to reinstall all the mods, so I tweaked some settings for some things and added a few new items here and there. So it could be interesting. Could be interesting. Just getting the slowdown. Alright. Keep moving. Serana's rolling, we're rolling. Oh. There we go. One more. Yeah. Unless that's the raised one by Serana. Yep, okay. Okay. Would have been some good information to have, of course. To know there's a bunch of skeletons all around, but it's okay. Let's make it through. Curious, very curious to see what's inside. Alright. Let's get ourselves a little bit of light. Get shield ready.
Who's there?
Oh. Skeevy skeeves. Maybe it's that Serana hasn't been here in a while and that's why she hasn't warned us of anything that's coming through.
Where'd you come from?
Oof. Combo. Let me look at something here. Real quick. This could prove to be useful. Actually, I know something that could be very useful against vampires.
Who's there?
Oh! There we go. Trying to just raising everything. Got some grace. I couldn't have lived near Stupid Keep. Oh, we got a shunned vampire. Moved into the Undercroft to get revenge. Couple of valuables. Gotta watch out for the trap. Okay. A little easier to do this first person. Okay. Okay, so it's to the right. Right around here-ish. A bush. Ooh. Hello there. Seeker Shengdao. I hope I'm saying that right. Weighs 18 though. Yep.
So this was my old stomping grounds. Not the most normal childhood.
Okay. Well, spend a lot of time down here?
I like to explore. My parents almost never let me off the island, so yeah, I poked around down here a lot. It was a little quieter back then. Guess a little vampire girl was enough to scare off the rats.
Well, sounds pretty lonely. I mean, we can understand and sympathize growing up, you know, an orphan, basically.
It was. But I got used to it.
Well, were you and Valerica close?
Before my father became obsessed with a prophecy, my mother and I spent quite a bit of time together. She was very fond of our alchemical garden in the castle courtyard. She taught me quite a bit about cultivating quality regions.
So you always got along?
Like the best of friends. I would never hesitate to share anything with her.
Well, then it all changed.
It was very sudden. It was almost like one day we were a normal family, and then the next, I didn't know who they were. I'd try to visit my mother in the garden, and she'd quickly shoo me away, saying she was much too busy.
That's why we're headed there?
She had to be up to something in that garden. I'm hoping it's a clue that will tell us where she went.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can trade some
All right,
things.
let's see what you have.
Of course, we got some items that are just flat out, you know, taking up space. I want to try that out. So, we'll give a few items here to Serana. Okay. Ah, it's a great sword. That's why it's... Okay. I probably
Wait to... Yes? What did you need?
do this
If you think it'll
too.
help.
Alright. Now, I did install wearable lanterns, by the way, so we don't have to constantly keep doing this. Casting as soon as I get some
Wait to see
lanterns.
the courtyard again.
Alright. So we got our fire breath, we're good there. Our blade shield. And our angel blade. Just be on the ready. Some alchemical items. Vampire gauntles. Here's some stuff. Oh. Hypothetical treachery. Okay. Yeah, to us, at least in our mind, we don't know how, but there's something familiar about this place. We've never been here, but I don't know. There's something just familiar. That hurt a bit. That slowed.
What is it?
Sorry.
Yep. To see
Okay.
the courtyard again.
Traps and all kinds of goodies over there. First person for these close quarters.
Who's there?
There we go. Yeah, it's kind of as we're making our way through, there's something that's like, hey, this seems familiar. I'm not sure why, because we don't, you know, recognize it like, oh yeah, that's why we've been here. But there's definitely familiarity. This dreaded corner that I've had so many issues with. There we go. Valuables. Alright. Warbow, valuable. We'll leave the hammer for now. Just be on the ready. There's that. Take a few items here and there. Not sure if Serana just started like just taking off. Oh, again, it's kind of in that same area. Oh. A bush. Good chest. Alright. Let's keep going. Oof. Done and done. Where are you? Serana's not wanting to stick near us all that much. Alright. Shortcut back. Yes, back to the storytelling. As we keep getting further and further, it's becoming more and more familiar, but we're, you know, basically 100% sure we've never been here. So it's, you know, needless to say, it's a little confusing as to why we kind of, in a way, know where we're going, but we're not entirely sure of what is coming, you know? But we just have this familiarity of, we know the way.
You've made it to the courtyard. Oh no.
What is it, Serana?
What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries.
We'll just follow her.
This used to lead into the castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it sealed up. I used to walk through here after evening meals. It was...
She's just going through and kind of remembering.
Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this. Wait.
What is it?
Something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something.
Well, that would be interesting. Alright. So we got a few missing crests. And, you know, if we just kind of look at it, it's a moon phase.
I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial.
At least that's what it, you know, appears like to us. Like, oh, it's different phases of the moon. Got like your half, you got your crescent. Okay. So that must mean there's some pieces that are missing. Like this. It's a half-moon crest. So that's clearly a half. That's clearly a half. There's another half. So you got that crescent, that half, and boom. Just kind of go in the other, basically the other direction. Alright. Keep investigating. There's some more scattered around. Serana thinks her mom's trying to tell us something. Maybe that's the intent, is that we gotta find these, but we're not sure of the significance. You know, they're just little crests that are laying around. That can't mean a whole lot to us. Here's another one. A crescent moon crest. Alright, that one was more on the light side, on the
Telling you, there's
left.
something strange with the moon dial.
Like that. See, that one doesn't have one.
I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial.
But there's one here, so that'd be like a full moon of sorts. So we just gotta... Looking for maybe one more. So kind of looked up here. Up here. Aha. Full moon? Okay. There we go.
Very clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I'd bet they'd run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins.
Okay.
Well, at least we're getting closer. Let's go.
All right. So down through here we go. This could prove to be interesting, dear readers. Could prove to be interesting quite indeed. What lies in wait? Candlelight. Some hidden entrances. Looks like dining area.
I've never even seen this part of the castle before. Be careful. I don't know what might be around.
It's funny that she says that because we do. Again, this seems familiar. So how is it that someone who's, you know, basically lived here their whole lives, how is it that they've never seen this, but yet there's something that tells us,
We're getting
hey,
close. I'm sure
you know,
of it.
we do recognize this. That's the mystery.
Getting close.
Okay, make some soups. Soups are good. It'll be nice once I create some of those lanterns.
We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
Okay, so that was the way in. Should probably take these stairs, I would imagine. Oh yeah.
Who's
So
there?
cool.
I knew I heard something. I knew I heard
Sorry, Serana. Oh. This is fire and ice. We brought the fire, so Serana brought the ice. Alright. Let's keep moving. Some more stairs. Oof. Even the gargoyles just falling. Keep going here.
Who's there?
Here are those skeletons. There they are. Potential. Oh. So that side isn't going to work for us this time. Oh. Boosh. Couple items just kind of chilling. Let's take that. Sapphire, amethyst, strips, barrel, dragon's tongue. Okay. Fire resistance can be useful to us for sure. Here we go. Oh, it's Skyrim, pretty. Oh, I don't have a blade. Oh. Got him up there. Serana doing work. There you go. Just keep going. Yes, it'll be quite nice once I get those wearable lanterns. I promise that will be soon. Be very soon. As we keep getting further and further in, we definitely recognize this. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's keep moving.
Who's there? Knew I
Let's fight through the armies of the undead. Oh, this guy is pretty. Just the lighting. Girl, talk to me. Oh yeah, I remember this. Been here a few times before. Not Harmony. Or has she? throw down a little bit of this. Dragonborn, Nephilim, vampire, just oof. Everything. Feeling mighty powerful. Of course, one of my favorite trick shot locations, right here.
Who's there?
Give that skeleton the little rainbow.
Something?
Oh, we missed. Okay. Alright. Give him a search. Caring too much. Let's see, is there anything... Yeah, there are a few things I can give to Serana.
Getting close. I'm sure of it.
Let's trade some things, please.
I think it'll help.
I do, thank you. Give her all that. Anything else? Yeah, we're good.
Turns out my mother was sneakier than I thought. I wonder what she's hiding.
I wonder as well. Oof. Can't really see. Alright. Oh, wrong button. Of course the game crashed as soon as we turned into a vampire. Alright, I believe this is about where we were at. I crafted myself a wearable lantern, as you can see there on the leg. So, here we are. I still would like to be a vampire. Hopefully it won't crash. We are going to find out. I don't have Vampire Lord favorited for some reason. Alright.
Who's there?
Oh, just took down Serana a little bit. That was an accident. Apologies, Serana. Where you at? There you are. Okay. Still moving, grooving. Vampire in a vampire castle. Yes, all of this seems so familiar. That's the running theme through all of this is... It almost feels like we've been here before, without actually having been here. Okay. Gonna...
Who's there?
bit. Let's see if we can get to the ground. Fight as the beasts do. Yes. There we go. Good as new. Got that ebony ore on that. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna also give a save now that we've progressed a little bit more. Alright. So. Things seeming familiar, but...
I don't think we've reached the top yet. I bet there's some kind of secret passage around here.
That vampire royal armor. It's really cool armor. Magic regenerates 125% faster.
We're
Serana.
getting close. I'm sure of it. Anything
Have
good?
something for you. I think you'll enjoy this. I think you'll enjoy this, actually.
Turns out my mother was sneakier than I thought. I wonder what she's hiding.
Okay. Seems to be a draft coming from under the fireplace.
It's my mother. I'm smarter than I've ever heard before.
Let's just keep on moving. There's books and linens and things of that nature all over the place. Hello. Apologies.
Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this.
It is quite the library. So what are we looking for here, Serana?
Look at all this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing?
It's-
I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something.
Agreed.
Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone.
What exactly are we looking for?
My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there.
She maintained quite a laboratory.
I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here.
Well, what did she research?
Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy.
Well, to what end exactly?
I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire.
Fair point. So did your mother keep gargoyles here?
Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating.
Okay. So, were you always a vampire?
That's a long story.
Well, I want to hear it.
I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from?
Well, I mean, of course, growing up with the Vigilants, who are against everything Daedric, we had to learn a lot about it, so... But we don't know everything. But we're guessing it came from a Daedric lord.
Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust.
Okay, so how did you exactly become a vampire then?
The ceremony was degrading. Let's not revisit that. But we all took part in it. Not really wholesome family activity, but I guess it's something you do when you give yourselves to a Daedric lord.
Well, sounds like you weren't thinking clearly.
I'm not sure it's really your place to judge me, to judge us. My family has its problems, but they're our problems. Let's just move on from here, okay?
Okay. But, you ever think about curing yourself?
A cure? Why even think of it that way? I can't think of any reason I'd want to lose this gift, especially after what I did to get it. It may have driven my family apart, but I'm still here, and I'm alive. I won't give this up.
Okay, I mean, she makes a few valid points there.
Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something.
Alright, we're looking for a journal. Like this one that says Valerica's journal. Saw some stuff about portals and Dim Hollow Crypt.
Any luck yet?
Yeah, so found your mother's notes.
You did? Let me see them.
What's this soul cairn that she mentions?
I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn.
Intrigue. Why did she care where used souls went?
The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself.
Okay, so if she made it there, we'll find her.
That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the soul cairn.
So what do we need?
A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Ah, damn it.
What's wrong?
We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place.
Well, you share her blood.
Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started.
Alright, are all of those ingredients here?
Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them.
Okay. Well, let's take a look around. Bone meal, dragon bone just hanging out. Old dagger, okay. Some gem shards. Hello, Grande Soul Gem. Lots of ingredients. Take that. Get into the paralysis stuffs. Things looking okay. A cup. A bowl. Fire salts. That's what I was trying to get. The purified ones. Okay. Back down. Old Danger Heart. Alchemy up. I passed it. Yeah. I did. Like a dummy. Alright. Ingredients into the vessel. Alright.
Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
Well, there's only one way to find out, but I'm ready.
Okay, here goes. Ancestors. Created a portal in the soul. Incredible.
She actually did it.
Incredible. Simply incredible.
Anything you can tell me about the Soul Cairn?
The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters.
Why was your mother so fascinated by it?
Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest.
What exactly are the Ideal Masters?
Nobody really knows. As far as I've heard, no one's seen them and returned to Tamriel to tell about it.
Then how are you sure they even exist?
I've read stories. Stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very businesslike.
Fools. Why would you say that? Or why do you say that?
Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were dead.
Okay.
I'm ready when you are.
Alright. Looks like we're heading in. This is one of those things that goes... other than, obviously, the becoming a vampire, this is something that goes against everything we grew up learning. Is kind of dealing with this plane. You know, it's like there's the undead and the vampires, the necromancy stuff. So we're intrigued, but there's still a bit of resiliency, but we feel drawn into this portal. Okay. Here goes nothing. Going in.
Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified.
Unlike anything
I've heard
we've ever
stories
seen.
about the Soul Cairn, but never thought I'd see it myself. So far, it's about what I imagined.
We're thinking, this is unlike anything we've ever seen. It's similar to the castle. There's something familiar. We don't know what. Maybe it could be from some of the visions
The
that we've
smell
had.
here. Let's try to handle this quickly.
Try to take it all in. There's so much going on. You there?
I yearn to see the great dunes of Hammerfell once again.
Serana, what do you think? Okay.
Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified.
This thing's locked away. Just be on the ready. Serana, are you on the ready? Cool. Let's keep moving forward and pressing on.
Emptiness consumes me.
Just so almost entranced. Different gems, things. Soul husk. Yeah, this is just some place. It's just calling to us. Almost just like never seen anything like it. Again, sense of familiarity. But it could just be some place we've dreamt about, had visions about, but we just don't know. A soul has been harvested. Excuse me, from the fissure. Alright, so far so good. Couple of bone men. Nothing too bad. Harvest some of the husk. Just keeps going. Just not sure what to make of this place.
Stay away from the crystals, or you may find yourself becoming one of us.
Crystals. Talking about soul gems? Much intrigue. We must keep going. Lightning. Crashes. Be making our way. So much to see. Lightning strike really close. Just in case. Alright. Yeah, that struck really close. Looks like undead horses.
That'll teach you. Where'd you come from?
Oh, I forgot I was still a vampire. Or at least that was my option. It's alright. Maybe they'll think twice when they see this. Ooh. Okay. Do have some stuff we can do. All creatures. Sounds pretty cool. Oh, I thought we had a... Oh, we had a point to spend.
Mother? Mother!
Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe... How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to complete the prophecy our way, not his.
Wait a minute. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You. Come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire of mixed blood is in the company of my daughter?
Well, been keeping her safe.
Safe? You call bringing her here safe? Has she explained nothing to you? Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
Well, that's why I'm here for the Elder Scroll.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
Okay. What do you mean?
When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
Okay, how does Serana fit in?
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor.
Something about that name got in our head. Like a trigger word. Triggered. Yeah, something about that. That Daughters of Cold Harbor. That's definitely affected us. Okay. So the tyranny of the sun requires Serana's blood?
Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible.
Or are you saying Harkon means to kill her?
If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires.
Well, I would never allow that to happen.
And how exactly do you plan on completing the prophecy without the death of my daughter?
Well, I'll kill Harkon.
If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans?
And Serana's opinion in this?
You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. You see the tyranny of the sun as your chance at deification. And like Harkon, you won't hesitate to destroy anything that stands in your path.
I mean, she does have a point, and part of that, yeah, we won't hesitate to destroy anything that's in our path. I'm not seeking deification. That's not our thing. So Serana believes me, why won't you?
Serana? This stranger may call herself a vampire, but she knows nothing of our struggle. Why should I entrust you to her?
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known her than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
If you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me, but for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can.
Okay, fair enough. But do you have the Elder Scroll with you?
Yes. I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins.
Okay, what do we need to do?
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down.
Okay. We'll return soon.
One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
Alright.
Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
Well, I don't think I could possibly do this alone as well. This sounds like a heavy task. How are you feeling?
Relieved, I think. All those things had been building for a while. You have no idea how long I wanted to say that to her.
Why did you ever agree to her plan?
Look, I loved my father, but when he found that prophecy, that became his life. Everything else, even me and my mother, we just became clutter. I was close with my mother, but she just kept feeding me her opinions of him, and eventually I started believing them.
Doesn't seem too fond of him.
The moment we gave ourselves to Molik Bal, things got really icy between them. They were both drunk with power, and pulling in different directions. And then he found that prophecy, and that was it.
Okay, and you were caught in the middle.
I was. Honestly, it took me up until now to figure out that my mother was really just as bad as he was. He was obsessed with power. She was obsessed with seeing him fail. It was just so toxic. Maybe I could have seen this coming. We could all be better off now.
Well, you shouldn't blame yourself.
I know that in my head, but I just can't help feeling bad about the way things are. Sorry, I know you're trying to help. Thanks. Anyway, we should keep moving.
Indeed we should. So we gotta find the tallest of the rocky spires. Which means we're gonna need to head out and start looking.